Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Juan here, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new reptile video. I didn't want to do a reptile room tour. I wanted to do a beginner reptiles because I've noticed a lot of people have been getting more and more into reptiles. And when I first bought my first reptile, my leopard gecko, I didn't know anything of it. I had a heat line and everything, so it was basically an impulse buy off my friend because he sold me everything for 20 bucks. I'm like, why not? So yeah, I hope you guys don't do the same mistake as me, so that's why I'm doing this video, to educate you guys on the best reptiles for beginners. I'll be talking about the crested gecko, leopard gecko, and bearded dragon. The crested gecko is absolutely my favorite species of geckos or species of reptiles because they're really simple to take care of, they're really fun to handle and just to look and everything. You can have them in a cage like this if they're a baby, like this if they're juveniles, or like this if they're adults. They do not need any heat as long as your room where you have them is 70 and above. If your temperatures are lower, I suggest you guys put a small heat mat on the side, just a really small heat mat so it won't get so cold. They need 80% humidity. As you can see, it's sprayed on all of them. When they're babies, you need to feed them every day, and I feed them this Repashy crested gecko food. I know most parents, if you guys are younger kids trying to get into reptiles, your parents don't like bugs in your room or in your house as it is. So crested geckos don't need any of that. They just need this and they'll be happy with their food. Obviously, I do throw in crickets every once in a while so they could grow faster, but that's not mandatory. They need 80% humidity. My setup for this one is fake plant, another fake plant, eco earth, and the bowl of food. I mist them every day, 2 times a day, in the morning and at night. Let me show you the baby. Obviously, this is not a crested gecko, it's a gargoyle gecko, but it's exactly the same care. Eco earth, I made a little hide of the super worm tubs that I have. It's really cool, actually. Bowl of food and a fake plant. What I did is just cut a small square and put screen over it, super glued it and tape it, and there's your cage. Now to show you my adult crested gecko. It's not really an adult, but it's bigger than the both that I have. I'm not sure the quart size, but I'm pretty sure it's like a 30 or above. Fake plant, another fake plant, a branch so she could climb on, feeding bowl, and paper towel. Here is my crested gecko, my female Harley, that's her name. I'm not sure the morph, but it's a really nice crested gecko. They're really easy to handle. Mark my words, they're not really easy to handle. I don't really handle them that much, so she jumps a lot. If you handle them every day, they will tame up to you and not jump as much. I wouldn't suggest handling them so rough because their tails do fall off. If they fall off, they don't grow back like a leopard gecko, which I'll get to it in a little bit. They're really nice, they're really docile. They're just the tails, obviously, if they fall off, they don't grow back. But some actually look nice without tails, in my opinion. This one's more tame to me than my other one, that's why I took this one out. What I love about crested gecko is that they also come in so many colors. My other one was brownish, this one's a cream color. Really nice. Dalmatian spot, I believe to be a female as well. Really beautiful. They come in so many colors. The leopard geckos are really simple to take care of as well. Minimum is a 10-gallon cage. This is for my babies. 10-gallon cage for my babies. 20-gallon is the most, because if you get more than a 20-gallon, they will get stressed out and they will get lost in their tank. What I have in my tank is a hide, another hide, and a moist hide. A food bowl, a water bowl, and paper towel as substrate. The reason I have paper towel as substrate is because they lick everything. Literally everything. So if you put sand or anything in their tank, they will lick it and they will get impacted and they would probably die because they won't be able to poop. On all my tanks, right here, I have a heat pad. Just the heat mat is perfect. I have all of mine on 5 to 10 gallons of heat mat because my room's really hot. So it's really good for them because it's really hot. Their hot side is at 90 and their cool side is like at 70, 80. That's perfect for them. Handling them is really simple like crested geckos. If you handle them a lot, they'll get used to you. If you don't, they will jump off you, like as you can see. Here is my gross Starburst. This is an adult leopard gecko. Really nice colors. As you can see, they are really docile. They really don't care being handled as much. Babies do care being handled because they're small, so everything that gets near them thinks it's gonna eat them, so they will bite, they will jump, they will run. They're really skittish. Once you tame them, the older they get, mellow they will get, basically. They do eat a variety of worms. I feed them mealworms. For adults, every 2 to 3 days. For babies, hatchlings, every day. For juveniles, every 2 days or every other day, whatever you guys want. You could also feed them crickets, dubias, mealworms, I already said that, superworms, hornworms, and everything. If your parents do not like worms or bugs or anything in their house, tell them you could put mealworms, only mealworms, in their fridge, and they will not escape or anything. These get about, I'd say 10, 12 inches the most. I didn't mention the crested geckos get about the same size, so they will need a bigger tub or cage. These, the minimum is 12 gallon. I say the maximum is 20. They do need calcium and multivitamin. This is calcium with multivitamin. As hatchlings, they need it every feeding, so does their feeders with calcium. As adults, every other 2 feedings or every other feeding, whatever you guys want, calcium with and without D3 and multivitamin. They need it. If not, I'll show you one of my rescues, how it is if you do not give them calcium. I'll show you more colors right now because I have a variety of colors, so let's get showing you the colors. I'm gonna show you my rescue, my baby leopard gecko rescue. It has MBD, which is metabolic bone disease. I'll link a video down below how you could prevent it. Obviously, it's just feeding them calcium, multivitamin, and stuff like that. I'll link a video down below. The last beginner reptile, I don't consider it beginner because it does take way more time than the leopard geckos and the crested geckos. They do need a lot more space than just a normal 20 gallon or a tub. They do need lighting and they do need a lot of food. They're the bearded dragons. They're really nice. If you don't tame them when they're small, you'll have more trouble taming them when they're bigger. I didn't tame mine when they were small. I just petted mine, so mine are okay, but I'm taming mine now. They're really nice now actually, but they do take a lot of more time than just leopard geckos and crested geckos. I don't have a baby anymore, so for a baby or a hatchling, a 20 gallon is okay, but only for a couple of months, like 2-3 months. You'll have to get a 30 or even a 40. They do need lighting. They do need a basking light and a UVB light. I'll show you guys that right now. I'll show you my sub-adult right here. As you can see, I have it in the corner of my room. It's a 40 gallon breeder with the screen top, the basking light, and a UVB light. Oh shit. Inside, I have Eco Earth. I regret putting this in here because she makes a mess out of everything. So I'm just gonna go back to tile. For babies, put tile, newspaper, or paper towel. Do not put loose substrate. I regret putting loose substrate, but people make mistakes. I just suggest you keep with those 3: newspaper, paper towel, or tile. and they'll be perfect. It is a fairly simple setup because like I said, she makes a mess out of everything. Here's my girl. A rock for her basking of food. Like I said, they're really messy. A volcano, which she loves, and another rock. The hot spot needs to be 100 or above. I normally keep it at 100, so just as long as it's at 100, their basking will be fine. The cool end needs to be at least 80. Mine's perfectly at 82, I believe. I just spent about 10 minutes trying to get her out. She didn't want to come out, and I do not want to forcibly grab her, because if they do, they will bite, they will get stressed out and everything. But like I said, it's my fault for not taming her when she was small, and now I'm just paying the price. They eat a variety of insects as well. Mealworms, do not feed them mealworms. Their exoskeletons are really hard. I feed them superworms and crickets. They could also eat dubias, hornworms, waxworm as treats. When they're babies, they do need 80% protein, which is gut-loaded crickets, gut-loaded superworms, and that stuff. When they're babies, do feed them gut-loaded crickets because it's easier for them to chew and swallow. And they need 10% greens. What that means is vegetables. What I feed mine since they were babies is collard greens and mini sweets, mini sweet peppers. You could feed them a variety of greens. As adults, they need vice versa, 80% greens and at least 20% protein. As juvies like mine, I still keep it 50-50. There's days where I just give them worms, and then there's other days as I just give them greens. They're really easy to take care of if you guys have the proper equipment. Multivitamin and calcium with D3 are very, very needed as babies, so they will not get MBD, like same as my rescue leopard gecko. As babies, every day. As adults, they are really simple to take care of if you guys have the time. They are actually really expensive to take care of too, because feeding, they need to eat every day as babies, 2 to 3 times a day. Sub-adults, two times a day or once a day, and as adults, once a day. All reptiles are really time consuming, and as you can see, I have a ton of reptiles, so most of my days go just on my reptiles, checking their waters, checking their temperatures and everything. If you guys are starting off, get a crested gecko or a leopard gecko. I suggest do not get a bearded dragon, because they do get fairly big. They get like about 2 feet. They do take a lot of your time. All reptiles do, like I said. But if you guys enjoyed, leave a like. I hope this video came out good. Leave a like for more reptile videos, Call of Duty videos, and vlogs. And hope you guys took something into consideration before getting a reptile. Leave a like, subscribe, and no, get a reptile. They're better than dogs.